Hey everyone, it's Tico, and this is my final thought for the numerology tutorial. My video cut off because I was talking too much and wasn't paying attention, and I'm not going to re-record it or try to learn video editing right now. If anyone wants to edit these videos for me into something awesome, that's great. Otherwise, you'll just get little fragments like this, but there is one more final thought I kind of wanted to put at the end of the numerology. So it's just whenever the tens appear, I was talking about, they always represent a change coming up, and this is where your loop is beginning to run again. So that's something you can make clients aware of. But here's the big piece I kind of wanted to say, which was very similar to when we were talking way back one of the first tutorials about when we're looking at the pictorial symbolism of the cards, and there's these different layers, right? I would consider in these numerological loops when we're looking at running, when they're small cards and how they're interacting, that there's always going to be multidimensional versions of these loops. For lack of a better term, you could say higher or lower dimensional if you wanted to look at, symbolically one level practical, one level above, one level below, not thinking, higher or lower in terms of good or bad. But how we would want to read those or use that information, that's something I want to talk about with the client because it really depends on the intent of the reading. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here. Okay, let's say that there's a 2 of something, right? And so I already know that loop that was running I was talking about was the 1 came before and the 3 is going to come after, right? But let's say, so, the 2s represent, if we're looking at, let's pretend they came to you and we're trying to solve some sort of, problem or figure out, what their spirit guides were saying about something on the practical level. So then you look at that 2, that duality, whatever suit that is, you're framing it with the intent of their question as being answering this practical thing. And then I'd want to look at, you could move that loop up to the 1, 2, 3 of like a higher dimensional reality, right? So like more spiritualized or energetic, higher polarities are like moving to opposites. Or if you wanted to do, like, let's say they were doing a healing about something that was causing them like a 2 opposition or a discordance on their physical, we would drop to the other one, which is more like, let's say, a base of, so we're looking at really like what are these opposites that we can, heal in that loop. So not only do you have all these different loops running, but you have multi-dimensional versions of the loops running too. And then that's where you can kind of talk with your client and through what they're looking for in the reading, use your knowledge to interpret how these loops are interconnecting within themselves and then with the other numerological loops that are running in the reading or in the spread. All right, so there's my final thought for ending numerology with the minor arcana, and the next tarot tutorial, hopefully tomorrow, we'll be putting it all together, or what we've learned so far together. All right, blessings.